Hey AD, my name's Kave Quinn. I'm the production designer on Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy. Come and have a look at the set.
Oh goodness, where did we leave Bridget last? Well, she was getting married. She just had her son, and she was beginning her happily ever after with Mark Darcy. And when we catch up with her this time, things didn't quite turn out like she'd planned. Bridget is a single mom, and she's raising her 2 children, and she is trying to figure out how to begin again.
The reality is suddenly completely terrifying, and Mark and insane and flabby and oh God.
I can't. I really can't.
What?
No, I just can't. It really is a collaborative effort to make a film. The costumes, along with the set design, well, all of the elements come together to bring her to life and make her world that magical place that we like to revisit.
So let's go and have a look in the kids' bedroom. So this is Billy and Mabel's bedroom. So I wanted to make the bedroom feel as though it was in 2 parts. Billy's is kind of more serious part. He's into astronomy, he's into building Lego, he's into chess. So everything about Billy's sort of side of the room reflects that side of his creativity. And then you've got the crazy Mabel, and she's younger as well, but it's more disorganised and cute. Bridget has painted her bed, so you've got a lovely painted bed here, and then she's also painted Billy's, but done it much more formally with the galaxy and different stars painted on the bed. Mabel's also painted a little bit on the floor with her mum, and then we have a wallpaper which is a bit like Bridget's wallpaper in her bedroom, but a more Mabel version. And then this window is really, really critical because Bridget, Mabel and Billy all see this lovely owl in the garden who's watching them at various times in the film, keeping an eye. So they feel as though that Mark is still there in their life, but he's embodied by this lovely barn owl. This whole kind of room is structured around all these scenes where they're looking out the window, as well as all the other important scenes that happen in this room.
There was a lot of thought put into the design to enable these rituals that Bridget shares with her children, bedtime rituals, and they've become really important in Mark's absence, and how the children show their grief. Retrospectively, it's really clear that a lot of thought was put into these very important story points and subtext to give, especially the children, a safe place to play, which enables them to be, more open or to feel less vulnerable.
This is Bridget Jones' new kitchen, her new house that she bought with Mark Darcy when they got married and where they had their children. As you can see, it's very fun and colourful, very Bridget Jones in its kind of fun and cheekiness, but it also has the kind of serious Mark element. So it's a combination of their 2 characters, this house. The colour of the kitchen, which is this beautiful bright yellow, actually on camera it will feel a lot softer because of the digital in-camera LUT that we're using on the film. So it's all slightly faded back and will have much more of a filmic quality rather than a very vibrant, bright yellow. I find when filming on digital, it's very difficult to make everything look real if you do fake. So I try to use real as much as possible. For example, the marble here, I use real floorboards, which are reclaimed floorboards, like an old house would have had a little bit of subsidence and settling in it. So I tried to put those elements in the set. The ceiling mouldings, I didn't want them to feel too crisp and new. I wanted to feel as though they'd been overpainted. So we chipped away at them a bit, rubbed them down, added layers of paint just to kind of give that feel as though it'd been here for a long time.
What a complicated challenge it must have been to find a nice mix between the styles of Bridget Jones and Mark Darcy to create that space, because we know how very different they are and how they present themselves and how they dress and, well, in their personal styles. So I think they found a really nice mix. I love that she isn't precious about certain things, and I love that what she likes, and it's very charming.
Please enter alarm code. Please enter alarm code.
Don't put a flame now. We can
Please
toast
enter alarm
marshmallows.
code. Please
I wanted to make something that was true to Bridget's character, and she's now got children. So things have changed. So there's all these details that kind of make it feel real. She doesn't mind the children drawing on the walls. There are everywhere, messing up the whole environment. And then there's elements of Mark here, like, for example, this sofa, which is quite traditional. And then we've got the more playful, kind of fun Bridget elements dressed up on top. The same with these very kind of simple chairs, which have a throw over, which is very Bridget. And then within this set, we've got like pictures of Mark and the children. And then we've got like pictures which Mark might have bought in, like these Japanese prints. So the other key thing that we dressed in the set was obviously the iconic Bridget diaries. They're up here on the shelf here. These are all the old diaries from previous films. And then we had to recreate a diary for the new film, which is sitting here over on the table. It's very important to Michael Morris, the director, that the diary had to be virtually identical to the original Bridget Jones diary, which is very, very beautiful. The colour, the ribbon, the way it was bound. They all slightly changed over different Bridget Jones films. So we tried to go back to the original first Bridget Jones film when Mark first bought the first diary for her.
The chimerical qualities of that space, of the living room and the kitchen, which is the heart of the home, that opens out into this beautiful play space for her children, just exemplifies the importance of her children in her life. It's vibrant and alive, and it's a fun place to be. And everything has been altered in some way to accommodate the kids and to put them as the central focus in the home. And you can see it in both Mila and Casper's performances, the way that they integrate the space into their performances, up and down and climbing on this and that and throwing things over here. And it's just a beautiful sort of space for Bridget to raise her kids in the way that's quite different than maybe mom was, raising Bridget back in the day.
Now, what are you going to put on?
This?
Oh, don't be silly, Bridget. Now run upstairs, laid out something lovely on your bed.
So here we are in Bridget's bedroom. Bridget obviously is more grown up now, so I went for a wallpaper, but something with a bit of fun in it and also a bit of tradition. So it kind of fits with Bridget's character and Mark's character. And this is the wallpaper we landed on. On this side of the room is kind of what was Mark's sort of side of the room. This would have been his chest of drawers that he might have had his clothing in. Some books of his up here. And then there's layers of Bridget. She's not keeping it as a shrine, but she's got like the feeling of Mark here. Within the bedroom is kind of a little bit of fine-tuning dressing in as well as general dressing. Like there's a coffee here that's been left and a mug of tea. It's kind of this level of detail is really important for the believability of the characters, especially with somebody like Bridget's character, which everybody knows and loves. This is the bathroom, but I wanted like a flow of space between the two rooms so that you could get a real kind of moving in and out of, characters here. We could have put a cupboard in the bedroom, but the space then wouldn't have been so dynamic. Made it more interesting to go in the bathroom. The other thing that we did, we put pocket doors in here and we found some amazing kind of antique glass and we got it properly leaded to kind of just give it a bit more character detail. So again, it lets the light through. It's just another little detail within the set that's really beautiful and it gives the set more space having the pocket doors. And then in the bathroom, it's very traditional, but it's also quite fun. It's got a really lovely cast iron bath near the fireplace here. Bridget's just used it, as a ledge for her bits and bobs, which is really lovely. And then we've got a really kind of traditional chair, which is far more Mark. And it feels very modern as well. It doesn't feel too old-fashioned, even though it's traditional. And then over here we have the double sink unit, which, they bought together, his and her kind of sides and mirrors. There's quite a few scenes with Bridget's trying on clothes to go on dates. So we created these louvered cupboards, which are full of Bridget's kind of mess of clothing. And then we have the camera trap. The back of the cupboard comes off. So when they're filming the scene with Bridget getting all the stuff out, the camera's behind the cupboard looking at her as she's doing it.
Hello, old friend.
It was quite a challenge for me to make a new set for Bridget Jones, because you've always seen her in her lovely flat in the Borough Market, which Gemma Jackson designed back in Bridget Jones 1. I had a lot to live up to from all the other films. That it's obviously got a massive fan base.
It's just so warm and familial and familiar. It's Bridget as a mom at her finest, you know, and you can see the love between Bridget and her children. One of the things that I find so special about the experience of making the Bridget Jones films is that there's an opportunity to reconnect with this character, this person that I love, and just to check in with her and be immersed in her world once again.